Chris.
How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Yeah. So earlier I was talking to Sam Jackson, and he sort of drew a distinction between Captain America on one side, a hero that will not cross a line, and Widow and Fury as being sort of okay with crossing that line.
Sure.
I was wondering how you saw those two sort of sides counterbalancing each other.
Sure. Well, I think, Nick Fury has a great line in the movie where he says that S.H.I.E.L.D. takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be. And I think that type of mentality comes from exposure. For example, I think once upon a time, maybe Nick Fury and Black Widow did operate the way Cap behaves and believes that you can stand by your morals and values to get things done. Unfortunately, the world doesn't always play by those rules. Mm-hmm. And I think over time, the greater good is served more effectively by bending the rules a little bit. Because if they're not going to play by the rules and you want to beat them, you may have to bend yourself a bit. And it's just a tough pill for Cap to swallow. He's not used to that type of compromise. When I first met with the Russos, we all agreed we wanted to step up the physicality. We all agreed we wanted a more powerful display of his abilities. I referenced the video game. I don't know if you ever played the Captain America video game, but
absolutely.
The way he fights, he's flipping and flying, and it's fluid, and he's using an environment, and it just felt like a far more coherent style of combat. And so we did a bunch of gymnastics classes, parkour classes, and tried to make it a little bit more aerial-based.
And as he's sort of brought into, the modern day and the 21st century, how does the new climate sort of start to affect his character and his
Well, that's
outlook?
just it. He starts to realize that the company he's working for may not share the same values that he does. And in order to ensure the safety that S.H.I.E.L.D. provides, you may have to infringe upon people's civil liberties. And that's a gray area that Cap isn't used to living in. He likes black and white. In the 40s, it's very clear who's good and who's bad. And I think he's used to a little bit more honesty and candid exposure when it comes to how things are dealt with. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is just very hush-hush, and he doesn't always know the motives behind the missions he takes.
Marvel, your universe.